Nick Ruto, who is the son to the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, yesterday did the unthinkable. Nick Ruto, through a post on his official Facebook page, which is verified, took on President Uhuru Kenyatta head on. Let me just read for you what Nick Ruto posted on his official Facebook page, which is verified. Nick Ruto is saying he needed one man, B, to beat 5 principles. But today, he is desperately organizing 6 principles to defeat the same one man, B. I want to assume that the B in question here is Bill. And it's continuing, this one man will mercilessly beat them in the ballot. Some struggles are too hard. Now that's Nick Ruto, who is the son to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. I want us to try and figure out the facts and the message which Nick Ruto was trying to pass to President Uhuru Kenyatta and to Kenyans in general. Because Nick Ruto is not just an ordinary politician. Nick Ruto is actively involved in his father's campaign, but from the background. He is unlike the Odingas who are involved, but from the forefront. Nick Ruto is actively involved, but from the background. And therefore, this statement by Nick Ruto is significant politically speaking. But before we go into all those details, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. And I want to request you, I want to request only one favor from you on this particular video. Please give this video thumbs up. For those who can, share the video. And for those who are my gang, please just drop your comment. Now let us get back to the main issue. I've always maintained on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. If you compare 2022 general election, which is just a few months away, to 2017 general election, the relationship between the Ruto family and the Kenyatta family are totally different. In 2017, we would see the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, struggling so hard to make public appearance with President Uhuru Kenyatta's son. We would see Mama Rachel and Margaret Kenyatta making public appearances together. Today, the two families are worlds apart to an extent that Nick Ruto is actually taking on President Uhuru Kenyatta. If you've listened keenly to what Nick Ruto was trying to say, because at some point he was talking of this man desperately referring to the president as desperately organizing. Nick Ruto is still a young man, but I know for sure that he's destined politically for great things in future. But what are some of the facts and the messages we are getting from this Nick Ruto statement? The first fact or the message I'm getting is that Nick Ruto is actually acting for or on behalf of the father. Nick Ruto, being the son to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, should be guarded. Nick Ruto is not someone who drinks. He might be drinking, but is known to be very measured. The mere fact that he decided to go public with this post and leave it there. By the time of doing this video, it's there like for 14 hours. it means he was acting for his father. So the deputy president wanted to pass a message to the president that, look here, I supported you against the 5 people. Let me try and count the 5 people, because in the last election we had NASA principles. I want to assume there was Raila Odinga, there was Kalonzo, there was Mudavadi, there was Weta, and probably a 5th guy who was Isaac Ruto. And today he's talking of 6 principles. Let me figure out who these principles could be. I know there's Raila Odinga, there's Kalonzo, there is Mudavadi, there is Weta, probably there's Gideon Moi, and Uhuru Kenyatta could be the 6th. So the DP is reminding this guy that still I'm going to defeat you. I don't know whether this is true, but there's a perception which the deputy president and his team have created that without the deputy president, Uhuru Kenyatta would not have become the president of the Republic of Kenya. And in my view, I've always maintained on this platform, that's a wrong assumption. I was reading a post even from a friend of mine called Karen Kiki, who was suggesting that the deputy president made even Moi the president of the Republic of Kenya. The person who made President Uhuru Kenyatta the president of the Republic of Kenya, if you ask me, is none other than the former president Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. Without Moi, I don't think Uhuru have been able to become the president. But even in 2013, where they brought the deputy president, the person who made Uhuru Kenyatta the president of the Republic of Kenya is none other than the deep state. Those are known facts. Without the deep state, probably Ruto would not have been convinced to work with Uhuru Kenyatta. Probably Mutai Ngunyi would not have been brought on board to come up with the narrative of the tyranny of numbers. But I strongly believe that the first fact is that the son, Nick Ruto, was acting for the father. The second fact, which I'm getting from here, is that Nick Ruto is actually working or telling Kenyans about the extension of Uhuru and Ruto fallout. Probably there have been a lot of attempts from the background to unite these guys, but it's not coming to be realized. So the fallout between the deputy president and President Uhuru Kenyatta, in my view, is very deep. Because by the time Nick Ruto, who was not involved in any way in 2013, maybe he was involved in 2017, the fact that he's coming out as a son of the deputy president to talk about this only shows you how deep this fallout is getting. So let us wait and see how all these events are going to unfold. Because one thing I know for sure is that President Uhuru Kenyatta might not react now. But in future, the president is likely to react. But the truth of the matter is that Nick Ruto is telling Kenyans that the fallout between the president and his deputy is deep. And it might get up to the family level. Because what will happen tomorrow if, for example, a member of the president's family decides to respond to Nick Ruto? What will happen? So that's number 2. Number 3, I think Nick Ruto is also trying to pass a message to President Uhuru Kenyatta that you betrayed my father. But despite that, my father is still going to defeat you. You betrayed my father, and I know for sure that you are not going to support him. But he's still going to defeat you. Let us look at politics the way it is. Politics is normally a game of numbers, perception, a very interesting game. And politics is a dirty game. And on this platform, I've always said that the only constant factor in politics are 2. The first constant is interest. And that interest is what brought President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto together. Otherwise, there was nothing ideological which would have brought these 2 gentlemen together. But they had the ICC, Uhuru had the ICC case, Ruto had the ICC case. So they had to be brought together through that particular interest because both of them wanted a way out of it. So they were able to come together. So that interest was served. The second thing in politics is normally betrayal. Betrayal, the order of the day in politics. But Nick Ruto is telling the president that you betrayed my father. I don't know how far that is going to go, but what I know for sure is that betrayal and interest are part of the game. So if William Ruto is still going to lament through his son over the president betraying him, then they are forgetting the history of this country. The history of this country began a long time ago. There is this gentleman called Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who even declined to take the leadership of this country because Kenyatta was still in prison. He was the first person to be betrayed. That was in 1960s. Then you go further. I'm told even, is it Hore Songele and Kibaki betrayed each other. How many politicians betrayed Ruto? How many have betrayed Ruto? How many have betrayed Raila? Mwai Kibaki and Raila Odinga agreed, made some agreement. Those agreements were never kept. But the son is telling the president that you betrayed the father, my father, and he's going to defeat you. So that's the third message I'm getting. Number 4, in my view, I think Nick Ruto was also reacting to the move by Jubilee Party to remove William Samoei Ruto from the party. Removing Ruto from Jubilee Party is going to have huge implication in this country, politically speaking. Number 1, the deputy president will be partyless. Of course, he's been hiding behind Jubilee, but once he's kicked out, it means he will have now to identify. His name is going to be removed from Jubilee as a political party. The implication again would be that someone might go to court to force him to leave office. But that's not the matter. In case we are not going to have elections in 2022, then someone is going to force the DP to exit. And maybe a super alliance is going to be formed, Raila Odinga being appointed the deputy president. What will happen if the term of parliament is extended? Because you are witnessing the Somali-Kenyan border, you know, the term of the parliament can be extended by a year through such kind of things if the country goes into a war. So there's a lot of implications. And that's why Nick Ruto is concerned that his father is being removed from Jubilee Party. And the president is just there watching and is reminding him that it's my father who made you the president. But now you are working with the same people to remove him from a party which he worked tirelessly to form. And lastly, if you ask me, I also believe that all these things Nick Ruto is doing, he's actually doing it as a gateway into politics. He's planning to venture into politics beyond 2012. I mean, beyond 2022. The fact that he can take President Uhuru Kenyatta, the fact that today I can stand here and talk about Nick Ruto taking on the president means that he has actually achieved his objective. He's going to be a hero, in my view, before the eyes of Tanga people. Nick Ruto is making his name by these particular moves. I don't know what you think, but I think Kenyans should prepare more from Nick Ruto. Take, for example, Winnie Odinga. Winnie Odinga today is being considered as someone who has now qualified and has the ability of becoming the first woman president of this country. Why? Because she's been involved in political activity. She comments on certain issues. Some of them are totally different from the thinking of their father. But through those, she's been able to create an image and a name for herself. That is probably what Nick Ruto is trying to say. And that would mean that whatever he posted didn't have the blessing of the father. I don't know what to think. That's my take. I'm actually doing this video from Kisumu. I know you're wondering where. This is my sitting room or living room. I've just chosen a background here. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.